But anyway, the life carriers come. And the life carriers, as we said in an earlier tape, are the creations of not one, but a few agencies. The Paradise Creator Son, the Ancients of Days, the Infinite Spirit, and the Master Spirit create the life carriers. Once a planet is ready for life habitation, they bring the life protoplasm. In this case of our planet, they say that the brine, the salty waters were very vital for initial life implantation, and that's for you to read. But I'm going to speed you up to where the first mortals appear in this evolutionary scale. Now, to not appear too rushing, it would appear, and this is how we need to understand that from the moment the life carriers come and up to the time the dawn of mammalian age appears, the dawn of mammals, and then the mid-mammals up to the primates, and then from the primates to the first mortals. At the primate age, the mind development, the Infinite Spirit sends the 7 adjutant mind spirits. There is the spirit of intuition, there is the spirit of understanding, there is the spirit of courage, there is the spirit of knowledge, there is the spirit of counsel. In counsel, the evolving beings, whether from ape time to whether all intelligent animals to a degree, whether it is the spirit of intuition first making contact with the animal mind, these are angels, the 7 adjutant mind spirits. All those spirits I've mentioned are adjutant mind spirits, agents of the Infinite Spirit that are they work closely with the life carriers, and as life evolves to where now there is the primate level, the mammalian level, the dawn of mammals, mid-mammals, the primates, and then the first mortals of mind that is of will dignity, and that's where we are headed. In order for a mind of will dignity to develop in the evolving animals, it doesn't just happen. The Infinite Spirit, in this case in our local universe, it was Jesus working with the creative spirit, whom some call the Holy Spirit, others call different names. But the creative spirit is an agent of the Infinite Spirit spoken into existence the moment also the Paradise Creator Sons are first brought into existence. They are eventuated, spoken into existence. So now let's rush real back to the life carriers. So now it would appear, and this is the revelation I want to bring to you, it would appear, and this wouldn't be captured in sciences or anything, but it would appear that in the evolutionary plan of development, as the life carriers sensitively, with a lot of love and care, nudge evolution slowly over the years. Once life reaches the mammalian level, where mind is of such a development that contact can begin to be initiated with the spiritual world, then the Infinite Spirit sends the 7 adjutants, mind spirits. And I mentioned them earlier. Spirit of intuition is the first one, because if you watch most animals, they work by intuition. That's the first contact of the spiritual world with mind development. Most of you will keep saying, man, animals just look like us. Yeah, we came from there. And mind development is gradually the spirit of intuition makes first contact. The spirit of understanding then brings about an ability to, and I'm sorry about the noises in the background, I'm keeping it real. This is where it is. The children are real. Maybe one day they'll remember. Anyway, so excuse me for that. And anyway, so the adjutant mind spirits, they keep on trying to make contact with the mind, developing evolutionary mind. The spirit of understanding, when it makes contact, that is celebrated in the headquarters of the local universes, the system headquarters, the capital of the constellation. In our case, our system headquarters, the headquarters of our 619 inhabited planets that make our system. Our system is Saturnia, and our headquarters, our spiritual headquarters, is Jerusalem, where all of us shall resurrect. And then the capital of our constellation is Urantia. That is where you are mid-level between material, semi-material, semi-spirit. And in Salvington, the headquarters where Jesus rules from, that's where you have become first-level spirit. I have to keep moving fast. So the life carriers, they keep on nudging, using the adjutant mind spirit, until now we have contact in different animal creations and evolutionary beings, whether it be the lemurs, whether it be whatever animal level it is, whether it is animals in the wild or whether it's primates and us. They are trying slowly to establish understanding, intuition, but understanding to animals, it must be different from us. So the adjutant mind spirits work at different levels depending on the level of whether the created being has personality, or it is impersonal spirit, or it is like fish, or it is down there. It's a spirit. Spirit is what is in control, not material. Okay, so different levels of intelligence, mind growth are being conducted by those adjutant mind spirits. So the spirit of understanding, if it is a spirit, a being that has reached a level where now God can begin thinking, whether the agencies of the creators can begin thinking, are we getting to where mind, we can try knowledge? Then they keep on trying. Can we try courage? Because most animals you see are very courageous. Can we try counsel? At the level of counsel, then the created beings, be it apes, be it who are beginning to have social awareness and are beginning to group and stuff like that. I'm really putting all this mild because there is somewhere I'm going. Stay with me. Until now. What I was saying is that it would appear in this evolutionary plan, there are times when just from one level of species, something brand new appears without explanation. This is what I'm trying to say. The new revelation is letting us know. For instance, when we come to the story of the first mortal with a mind of will dignity, that's the key words, mind of will dignity, because I'm trying to show all of you how far we have come and how patient the infinite spirit, the paradise creator, son of this local universe, is called the Master Michael. Jesus, the boat builder of Nazareth, is the scribe of Damascus, comes with many names, but now he's a sevenfold God, very powerful. He's God here. His authority and power is existential in paradise, and it is relieved here in real life. It is experiential here. They are absolute authority. So now it is said the first time this story in this part of the revelation is given by the life carriers, and for your information, it is revealed that the Urantia planet Earth is one of the decimal planets. It's an experimental planet, and so life here is unique. There are only other 65 planets so far like that out of the 10 million inhabited planets in the local universe of Nebadon. So your planet of Urantia has always been unique. Remember, it is where Jesus also came and did his seventh and final incarnation so that he would ascend to the Paradise Father's embrace and receive ultimate sovereign power over his local universe. All the 700,000 Paradise Creator sons, each with their universes, have to incarnate 7 times before they can receive ultimate authority and power over their universes. It's a mandate of the universal Father. It's It's the plan from eternity past in the creation of mortal finite ascending sons and daughters of God, us. Okay, so let's go back to that day. It would appear that the primitive man from the ape time, it would appear the apes were slowly also being reached by the adjutant mind spirits, but then it came to just one time, and this is the story, don't beat me, I'm the messenger. It would appear that at one time there was an ape couple who had developed, had been able to be reached by the adjutant mind spirits up to probably the fifth level. The fifth level, that means intuition, understanding, knowledge, counsel, courage, all those, the mind of the apes, those that this particular ape couple that I'm talking of had reached that level of mind development. And then it would appear that one time they coupled and they gave birth to twins who are just totally different. The first mortal man couple, those twins. It would appear that's in that's how God does things. Remember, Paradise Creator sons are also not created. They are spoken into existence by the eternal Son of God, the second source and center in paradise, and the universal Father, the first source and center. So God is God. He's got absolute will, infinite will. He can do whatever He desires to do. God is powerful, infinite in all His attributes. He is what finite beings cannot begin to even understand until our paradise ascension and we become spiritual beings, and they do a lot of work on us up to the time we become fourth level spirits before we go to meet the Paradise Father. We've touched that on past steps. So it is said that these twins would be remarkably different, much more intelligent and superior in mind to the progenitors, and they would become the leaders of the family where they had come in, that group of family of those simian ancestors of ours. And then it would appear that once these twins grew into adulthood, they now, one day just like that also, this is how it is arranged. I say, don't beat me. The spirit of worship was able to make contact with these twins. And if the first contact was made with a female twin. And remember, the father and mother of these twins are apes, but there is now a distinct leap, evolutionary leap, to the first mortal man. I am just bringing from the fifth epochal revelation. This is Dr. Zach bringing you revelation, taking you to the infinity of paradise. Again, now we are looking at the first development of a mind of will dignity, and we have been going back from 987 billion years back all the way to 1 billion years ago, when the first life carriers were introduced into this planet Earth, the planet of Urantia. Stay with me. This is all new stuff. I'm coming here to let you know divinity lives. There is God in you, native God from eternity past, infinite potential, absolute in any way you can think of, perfect from eternity, pure spirit, pure energy. That's what is in you. It is indestructible. It is your sure pilot and compass to paradise. And now I'm taking you back to the first time when the life carriers realized that their work was successful and they had been able through very great patience and love to guide evolution to where the 7 adjutant mind spirits had been able to make contact with the first mortals. And one day, those mortals just instinctively, the female started to worship, and then the other male followed suit. This was not just happening. This was because of the adjutant mind spirit that is responsible for worship. And so the life carriers were very excited, because for ages this is what they had been working at. Billions of years we have come from so far, and we've never been alone since we reached the dawn of mammalian age and the mid-mammals up to the primitive, the apes, then the first primitive man, the Spirit of God, working with the 7 adjutant mind spirits, gradually, with a lot of love, guiding mind development, aiming for that time when the spirit of worship and the spirit of wisdom would make contact with the mind of the first evolutionary mortal man. And when that day came, when the twins decided, after they are worshiping, then one day they decided they're gonna leave their ape family and move on to start a new life and a new generation in the north. And when that happened, they knew wisdom. The spirit of wisdom had made contact, and at that point, this was noted in Salvington, the headquarters of the Local Universe of Nebadon, created by the Master Michael, formerly known as the Scribe of Damascus, formerly known as the boat builder of Nazareth, now a sevenfold God with absolute power, because he has incarnated 7 times through the lives of Melchizedek angel, Lanonandek angels, mortals like us. He has incarnated seraphic angels, Morontia beings, spirit beings in the spiritual headquarters. Look at the tapes. I always like to say a lot of things just to remind you there's a lot you don't know. So, at that time when the 2 twins make the decision to depart, that same day, it is, the New Revelation says, noon, from Salvington, the first, in fact, what happened, the ArchAngel of Nebadon, who is responsible for the first planetary mind circuit, because I told you communication in the spiritual world is through mind circuits. They are personality circuits. They are circuits of the eternal Son of God, the gravity force circuits, and they are the mind circuits of the infinite spirit. We're talking spiritual. And much of this may pass you by if you didn't listen to the earlier tapes. So right away, the Archangel of Nebadon, the life carriers observe the Archangel's presence on planet Urantia, planet Earth, ready to establish the first planetary mind circuit connecting now. Planet Earth is come live. The first mortals, the spiritual world has been able to connect with the mind of mortal man. It's a major event. So there is a message from Salvington where Jesus is to the life carriers on this planet of Urantia, planet Earth, saying that they are well pleased because the first mind of will dignity is of register in the records of Salvington, and the establishment of the first mind circuit has been established, and through the same mind circuit the same message was being sent to the life carriers, and the life carriers were at what is being called the polar space center of communication on this planet. I'm talking spiritual. I'm not talking mortal or flesh. I'm talking about things that no mortal can see, things that are happening in the spiritual world, making the spiritual world real. And the life carriers receive that message, and this is happening 993 now that was 993,000 years back in 1934 when this revelation was released. Add the number of years since then to see how many years later. 993,000 years to one significant figure when mind of will dignity was first noticed and the first mind circuit was established in the spiritual. We're talking the spiritual world, not here on the planet. The first mind circuit linking planet Earth to the Jerusalem, the system headquarters, Urantia, the headquarters of the constellation, and Salvington, where Jesus rules from. Yeah, the first mind circuit was hooked up by the ArchAngel of Nebadon, and that through this mind circuit a message was being received from Salvington to the life carriers, congratulating them because planet Earth had come live. The first mortal mind of will dignity. You need to understand, absolute will is in the hands of the infinite Father, the universe of Father. Absolute will is with the universe of Father. But because our personalities, we are now very advanced from those days of the first mind making the first decision of and elevating, capturing worship and wisdom in his mind, and the adjutant mind spirits first making contact with mortal mind, and now the mind circuit being established that would now bring in all the necessary resources that mortal mind even today in the digital age needs. Those circuits of spiritual communication, spiritual power, spiritual organization, spiritual management, because we are not alone. Since that time when the first mind of will dignity was detected and the Archangel of Nebadon established the first planetary mind circuit, since then we have come a long way, because now on this same planet, after many ages of evolutionary development, Neanderthal men, the ice ages, wars, all that, we have who we are and where we are going is a totally different story, because what is planned for us, the grandeur, cannot compare to where we have come from evolutionary. Because now, post the ascension of the Paradise Creator Son from this same planet of Urantia, the Master Michael who rules the 10 million inhabited planets is God. His authority is final. Since then, we have the Spirit of Truth in us. We have, other than the Spirit of Truth, which the Spirit of Truth organizes the lodgement of the divine Spirit of the Father in you. That's the Spirit of Truth. The Spirit of Truth, very important when it comes to establishing your real estate, the immortal soul. The Spirit of Truth, very important. Now the Spirit of Truth lays the ground. I've got young men here with me. Say hello. Hello. You okay? All right, thank you so much. We are recording. Later we'll meet, okay? Later on, after I finish recording, right?
Monkey!
Okay. So, anyway, this is how it is. I'm recording in a live place. And there are monkeys around and stuff. So, this is real. This is live. So, from then on, the 7 adjutant mind spirits working with the infinite spirit working with the super universe rulers, working with agencies of the Paradise Creator Son from Salvington. All the resources that mortal men would need to advance to where he is would be put in place. All the mind circuits, the circuits of the eternal Son, the spirit gravity force to attract mortal mind now always to paradise, to make him begin thinking of who is God, who, we have come. We have developed over 1 billion years. And so now, today, I wanted to remind all of us that the creation of our mortal mind has been guided by the 7 adjutant spirits of our long time. And now we are of mind dignity that is of the digital age. To be fighting over race, tribe, color, religion and sex is crazy, because there are 570 new bodies waiting for you. And we shall continue with this. You can see I have to stop this. But anyway, we were talking about the life carriers on this planet. We were talking about a mind of will dignity. Thank you so much. I have to stop here, kids. Bye-bye for now. We will visit again when we can look again at how mind development took place on this planet. And now we can be assured of the paradise ascension all the way through the Jerusalem, where we resurrect in the 7 mansion worlds of resurrection. Okay, bye-bye, we'll see you later. In the 7 mansion worlds of resurrection, all the way to the minor worlds, the major worlds. We're talking about your ascension to paradise, and we shall continue this another time. Thank you so much for being my audience today. Bye-bye.